story with you that kind of drives the strengths philosophy home. So about 4 weeks ago, I was conducting a learning event through NASA, and I had a lady in my class, and we covered all kinds of topics. It was a 2-day course, but beliefs and values and trust and effective communication, and one of the topics was strengths. And when she came into my class, you know, body language says a lot, doesn't it? And I could just look at her and see how deflated she was. And by the end of the course, I didn't know exactly what was happening through the course, but she started coming out of her shell more and more and started speaking up throughout the course. And at the end, I always ask our participants, what is the takeaway from what you've learned? And what are you going to commit to do? How are you going to think differently? How are you going to behave differently from, you know, being in this course? So when we got to her, you know, everybody has different answers with all the topics we covered. And she says, oh man, the strengths just hit me right between the eyes. When I saw that strengths video, I thought he was talking to me. And she said, you know, before coming here, I thought I was going to retire. And now I'm rethinking that. I thought, wow, interesting. And what's hard about conducting these learning events is at the end of them, you don't really keep in touch. I mean, you do your best that you can, and then they go on to their busy lives, and you hope that they apply the tools that they've learned, but you don't really know. Well, about 2 weeks later, which was 2 weeks ago, she wrote me an email. She said, hey, can you meet me at PF Chang's over here at Bridge Street? I said, sure. So I go there, have no idea what this is going to be about. And she says, I want to share something with you. She said, the strengths information was so valuable to me because here I am, a very senior level executive at NASA, have been working there 25 to 30 years, getting ready to retire because I feel so inferior to my teammates. And it's just been eating away at me on this team for 2 years. You know, of course, she's a rocket scientist herself. I'm thinking, seriously? Wow. But she says, you know, all these other people are way more technical than she is, and she never felt like she could contribute and add to the team. Let that thought go. It's a choice. You can choose to focus on your strengths and not allow the weaknesses to make you wither away. You have things to add. You have gifts. You have value. The other thing I want to share, and I might need some help. Can you help me? By the way, this is my daughter, Brianna, and I'm so happy she's here today. So for you visual learners, and I'll just leave you with this. You can grab it. Okay, just put it right here. Don't drop it. We are both very clumsy, so it runs in the genes. Watch out. Okay, so this one is representative of a string. And this, and by the way, these are my wine glasses. You don't want to join me later. This one is representative of a weakness. So I want you to pour into this one while I pour in this one. What this represents, this liquid, is time and energy and resources. And if you notice, it's the same amount, right? So now we'll pour without, this is going to be, oh God. So what this shows us is that for the same time and energy and resources, just like this lady at NASA was spending so much time, energy, and resources to only get to mediocrity. She would never be able to catch up to, you know, her teammates who she thought were so above her, superior to her in technicality. Why waste our time working on our weaknesses when with the same amount of energy, time, and resources, we can work on our strengths and add more value? So that's what I want you to take away today, is knowing that, understanding that. And also these booklets here, don't go back and put them in your shelves. It's a great, great resource for who you are and what you can do in the future. Read about it. You've got a book. The resources are great. Normally I would go through every single one with you, and I would, you know, talk about each strength, and we would talk about how that can apply to you. But you guys are smart, right? You can read, you're smart, and you can figure this out on your own. You have unique strengths and talents, and if you're not using them, then shame on you. Shame on me, right? Okay, any questions? ready to go to lunch? It's not time yet.